Hola, Focalinos. If you're from Word to Your Mama and you listen to this, you're like, what is going on? And if you're from the Nerd Out camp, you're like, what is going on? Well, it's exciting times, folks. Exciting times indeed, because now the Nerd Out podcast that's hosted by Ritzy P and Lisa Jenkins, the whitest, blackest, is now on both platforms. That is correct. You can find it on once a month on Word to Your Mama and once a month on the Nerd Out. This is what we did to compromise and try to keep us on track, that we could do it once a month. And for those of you from the Word to Your Mama camp, you're like, what the hell is the Nerd Out? Well, the Nerd Out is a podcast that we started a long time ago, in the before times. And it's a show about where everyone nerds out about something. You don't necessarily have to be a nerd. TV shows, movies, crafting, cars, guns, whatever. As long as you are so passionate about something, you have to know everything and anything. So T.I., Lisa Jenkins, as you'll hear me call her T.I. for totally inappropriate, she was a full-blown nerd growing up. I, on the other hand, was not. I call it nerd tendencies. So we get together and we talk about the latest things we are nerding out about, but we also try to focus on TVs, movies, books, and music. So as we move forward, I will not be doing these little intros. This is just for the first one, right? And then after that, it'll just have a little bit of Word to Your Mama music, intro beat, and then it'll scratch into the Nerd Out. And because we get a lot of the Supernatural Bear with the Supernatural Bear Corner on the other episodes, there will not be a Supernatural Bear Corner on the Nerd Out, because that's not how the Nerd Out rolled, right? And he did used to do something after the outro, but you get a lot of the Supernatural Bear. And this is another way we could keep it moving and keep it, on the regular schedule. So yes, Word to Your Mama peeps. I hope you enjoy this between T.I. and I. And the Nerd Out peeps, I hope you enjoy that we're back. And this time we mean it, and we'll see if we fulfill. All right, let's get into it.
Hey, and welcome to the Nerd Out. Now, as a part of the Word to Your Mama empire.
Yeah.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Ritzy P.
We're girls, we nerd out, and you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at The Nerd Out. You can email us info@thenerdout.com. We have a website, The Nerd Out, and you can find us on Spotify, on iTunes, where all of your fine podcasts are found, and of course, always available via Word to Your Mama.
Exactly. Now it's new. First time.
Breaking news. Real breaking news here, people, and you heard it.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the handle for Word to Your Mama? What is Word to Your Mama? In case people don't know.
Word to Your Mama. What's turning? It's organically turning into, with the Nerd Out coming under the umbrella, kind of like a Word to Your Mama podcast network, if you will. But
I do like Empire.
Oh, Empire. Let's do that. Let's do Word to Your Mama podcast Empire. And the handle, you can go to wordtoyourmama.com, and the handles are at WTYM Mama.
MAMA, not MOMMA, which is also a great spelling, but MAMA.
True. Yes, thank you very much, Tia.
Yes, so not like Big Mama, which would be MOMMA.
Exactly, MAMA. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. It's great. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thanks for agreeing and seeing the vision. And I felt like I had the idea, and it was itching, because I was like, I miss recording with T.I., but our schedules are so busy, and we keep promising the folks that we're going to do it like twice a month and
once a month.
Well, and it's been crazy. So I was like, well, if can we commit to once a month and do it under this, so that way it's and it takes care of one of my episodes under the umbrella that I put out. It will come out on Mondays, Tuesdays, around that timers. Great. So So yeah, folks, this is exciting news, and the only people that I told were our patrons on Patreon. The Supernatural Bear did a beginning of the year video, and we did exclusive just to them, telling them about the Nerd Out. So yeah, and also telling them to, if they need a little intro to TI, to make sure to listen to Word to Your Mama episode 11, I believe. I'll double check. Where TI on Word to Your Mama, and you get a little history of her and us and how we started. And so here we are.
Yeah. It's new year, new me. January 2022. We made it. Wow, 21 was a dumpster fire, but here we are.
We made it. We made it. And if you're listening to this, it's February.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a good joke. Yeah. Yeah. So here we are. I think we can do this once a month. I have faith.
Yeah. I mean, I feel, we have to, at least for the first.
Yeah. Come on.
We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah. Can't look myself in the mirror if I can't do it.
We're committing. We're committing once a month.
Yeah.
Once a month record, and for sure. So what's been going down? What's been the latest and the greatest to let the Nerd Out folks know?
I moved again, but I'm still in the same small town in Oregon. So we bought a house, which is great because just about the only place you can afford to buy a house these days is in a small town in Oregon.
Right.
So ask me how. So we did that. We moved in. We've been unpacking. It's been, it's just like moving, packing, unpacking. It's all the worst. And I hate it. And I never want to do it again. But we did it, and here we are. And now we have like furniture for a house that's a fraction as big as this. And just trying to figure out like, where are we getting our furniture? What's the house going to look like? Doing some repairs, things like that. So, it's been good. It's been, the joys of home ownership.
The joys of home ownership, of moving and packing and unpacking during the second, almost third year of a global pandemic with Omicron knocking at our doors.
Yeah. What could go wrong? I also, as Ritzy can see on the camera, I also am drowning in cats. So if anyone is in the Pacific Northwest and needs a cat, I rescued a bunch of cats that I'm fostering in my garage, and I let them into my house sometimes, and then they crawl all over me, and I get annoyed and throw them back in the backyard. So
that one on top of you right now, she currently has a cat on her.
Yeah,
that
standing
one
on my shoulders.
That's a stray?
Yes. She's kind of fat, so you never know. And although we do have a rule that we don't fat shame in this house. So
you just did.
I like to say that she's a big girl.
Big boned.
I often say she's big boned. So yes, we have a selection of cats for you to choose from. If anyone needs a good cat in the Pacific Northwest, let me know. I'll drive them to you. Delivery. It's like DoorDash for cats.
DoorDash for cats. Yeah, T.I.'s the one. So she's the cat lady who will never leave a lonely cat.
No,
out in the streets.
Or really any animal.
Yeah, if you listen to the old episodes, we got that rooster. We don't know what happened, if it survived or not.
It died. In the wild. For sure it died.
Or someone killed it. But
yeah,
there's hope.
Yeah. What about you, Ritzy? What have you been doing?
Because I don't remember when we recorded last time, but
100 years ago.
Long time ago.
You were probably just getting your driver's license.
Yeah. In my day, I don't know, just surviving. Like, it seems like it was just yesterday we recorded, and then it seems like it was a forever that we recorded. I think we recorded in August.
No, is that really?
Let me see. Let me look on my outline here.
Okay, make me feel better. I'm waiting.
October 3rd.
Okay.
October. Oh, okay. Not as bad as I thought. So October. Yeah,
bad, but not that bad.
Not that bad. So since October, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. Just surviving, trying to hang in. That's it. we're getting ready to launch. If you're listening to this in February, I think hopefully it will be launched already. But my, I hate the word husband.
Your significant other, your partner,
my partner in crime. We've joined forces and started Angles, which is a creative agency. He went from hip hop to being a creative strategist. That's what he's been doing the past couple of years under NDA for large companies. And so we decided, because of the pandemic, we kind of were forced to figure out what we're going to do, and we launched Angles. So if you want to see what we're up to, if you want to hire us, then go to theanglesagency.com. Our handles are also The Angles Agency, but our company is called Angles. Thank you.
Angles. Thank you.
We were trying to get angles.com, but some dude with the last name Angles, who's like 70 something, is not giving it up. And nothing's parked there. I think maybe he has like corn recipes or plant. Like there's nothing there. And we're like, come on, man. And then someone was like, for some money, we're not going to, no, we'll just go around.
Yeah. Like $100 maybe.
Yeah, like $100. I think he was talking about thousands. We're like, we don't need it that much, buddy.
Yeah, no.
But so that's what we're doing. All right, let's talk about.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into the shit. Okay, so did you? I know you're not on. You work crazy hours, like you're hardcore working. So you're not as up on the Twitterverse and what happens on there. But the other day, maybe it was a couple weeks ago, so this was in January, Wendy's.
Yeah, like
which I never loved.
Square Burger. Yeah,
which I never loved. But Wendy's, they were killing it on Twitter. It was Wendy's roast day. And they're like, who wants to get roasted? So it was like celebrities and other brands. I'll have a link to some of and I was like, I was amazed. And I was like, they were doing it for hours, all day long. And I was like, who is it? One comedian? Is it a whole crew? A gaggle of comedians? Because they were on point.
I've heard it's a gaggle, but please go on.
Yeah, so it's just top-notch quality, and I just wanted to bring that up so that we'll have a link to that so you guys can check some of them out. It was just
I want to check these out.
It was just like burn, and burn, major companies, and it was amazing.
Ooh, they were roasting companies?
Yeah, because companies like trying to be in on the thing, like
totally be cool,
trying to be cool, and they're like, it was like Velveeta or something, and then they're like, yeah, what did they say? I don't know. They said something roasting about like, you'll never be real cheese. Like, I don't know, just quality shit. And just and then they'll like, then random regular people, right, were saying like, roast me. And this is how I found out about it, because he said this one guy looked like a broke Questlove.
Uh-huh.
And Questlove retweeted it. And so I was like, what is happening? And I was like, Wendy's Roast Day. And it was everywhere, all on my timeline, because they were killing it. So Wendy's Roast Day, we'll have a link to it. Check it out. So yeah. Also, I wanted to talk about, because our show, those that are new, we nerd out. And anyone can nerd out, right? About anything they're into, blah, 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 blah. But for us, we talk about all the things we nerd out, and one of the main things we nerd out is about TV. So if you're an old school listener, you know that we went from full-blown cable to cutting the cord to doing Cody and the back end shit and da-da-da-da. But I wanted to talk to you, T.I., and say, companies are hip to the game. And how much are we spending on all these streaming services, and is it just the same amount that we were paying for cable?
Yeah, I mean, I was, in fact, it's funny that you mention it, because I think about this a lot. The last time we talked, I was saying that I might get rid of Hulu because I just feel like I have too many. And you were like, why are you paying full price for Hulu? There are like ways. And so I think about that all the time whenever I'm like, I need to get rid of something. And I'm like, no, what I need to do is figure out how to have it cheaper And then, yeah, I think about it and then I don't actually get it cheaper. So, yeah, I would say that I am probably not, I'm not paying as much as I was, but I'm paying a lot.
Yeah, like, it's not like back in the days where we're like, oh man, we cut that cord, we're good. But now it's been so many years, the companies are hit to the game, and the quality that some of these platforms are acquiring, it's just top notch. Like, there's no way I'm ever getting rid of Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Marvel and Star Wars. I
don't think so.
I pay for a year in advance because I know that's a for sure situation, right? A year in advance, but still it helps money wise. Netflix for me is covered. We have T-Mobile, that's covered by T-Mobile. I think we pay like $1 extra so that we could have 4 users at a time because Netflix got hit to the game. Remember, everybody was like, everyone and their mother could be under one, and now they're like, not only one simultaneous or 2 simultaneously, and if you want more, you got to pay for it. So they're hip to the game. And then Apple Plus, I had it for free when I bought my computer, and then I think and then it was up, and then I added it back on because Ted Lasso, and then when Ted Lasso's gone, forget it. But now, Macbeth, I heard is amazing.
Oh, really?
Yes. Denzel, the whole shebang. So I was like, maybe I'll just get it for a month just to see that. That's what's $4.99. I could swing that. Hulu, as you mentioned. Shout out to Shane Jessup. I get it for 99 cents a month. I'll have those itty bitty commercials. I get to see what's going on other shows, on other networks, and see what the latest in, pharmaceuticals and what the latest pharmaceutical ads. Got to stay abreast.
May cause like depression, nausea, suicidal thoughts, diarrhea, or death.
The Supernatural Bear's like, what? And we're always aware, and we're like, ooh. And then he'll like, I forgot what it was for, and he's like, oh, that's not so bad. I go, yeah, that doesn't seem so bad. Finally,
yeah, there's no death.
Yeah. So, and then HBO Max. I don't know how much I pay for that shit, but I got to have that.
Yeah.
The shows are always on point. Succession, Euphoria, Righteous Gemstones. We'll get into that, but that's a must. So for sure, Netflix, HBO Max, and Disney Plus, a must. Hulu, because I got it for 99 cents. Stars, nope. If there's a show that when it comes back, I think it was like P Valley, P as in Pussy Valley. When that comes back, I'll do the trial and I'll binge that shit. And then I'm out.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've seen somewhere, and I need to do a little bit of research to see if I can find it. Like, somebody out there has this, and if they don't, then I'm going to invent it and retire rich. And that is like some sort of a dashboard where you can manage your subscriptions, and it always tells you like, psst, you can quit Hulu and get a 99-cent a month deal over here. And it's like always feeding you like smart new things and ways to save money on that and like managing them. Because I, kind of like you said, like when Ted Lasso's off Apple, I'm like, I mean, I got it with my new computer, so I guess I'm watching it. But the only other thing is that TV news show with Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, morning show. Yeah, I saw that, but that was still under my. It's really good. I was under my free year, so I was like, okay, I'm down.
Yeah, but it's like otherwise, I wouldn't have Apple TV. So. Yeah, I know. It's a thing. It's like a full-time job probably to sit and try to figure out the way to do it most cost effectively. And they're totally counting on people just having like streaming fatigue and being like, oh, whatever. I'm too lazy to
and
quit
not knowing that you have it and it just automatically coming out of your account. Yeah. And then, I put you up on game. If you have the Apple Stick, you can get all those free live channels from Roku.
You sent me the way to do it. When you say Apple Stick, do you mean Fire Stick?
Did I say Apple Stick? Yeah, Fire Stick.
I think you did. Yeah. So, yeah, Fire Stick. Yeah, that is a game changer.
Game changer. Like,
do you want to tell people about it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
on TikTok, aka TikTok, this guy was like, "This isn't illegal." I was like, "Oh, is this some Cody shit?" And I haven't done that in forever, which was kind of a waste of time for me because you always had to like, it was, kind of a gamble what kind of quality you're getting from movies, or if it had like Chinese subtitles all across them. But so this is if you have a Fire Stick, all you do is go to the apps and look for the Roku free TV app. Download that. It's legal. It's just a free app, and then you get hundreds of quality live TV. So it comes with a guide and everything. Like if you have cable, or if you have like a Sling or whatever. Like you get Vice, you get all these BBC channels. Oh, you want some Spanish speaking stations? There's like minimum 10 or more of like specialty stuff. There's a channel just for Baywatch all day long. And I was like, I don't care about that. But there's a channel for that BBC show Doctors that I think the Supernatural Bears grandparents watch. So I told their daughter to install it for them. And there's a couple of BBC channels. Like I said, there's Vice, MTV, BT, mad sports stuff. The thing that we got excited about, we haven't watched yet, is its own channel dedicated to tiny homes.
Wow.
So not HGTV and then it comes on. No. All
tiny home
channels.
Wall to wall tiny homes.
I don't know why we're so obsessed, but tiny homes. So yeah. And I was like, I stopped scrolling because I was getting tired. And I was like, if I scroll and there's a 24-hour Law and Order.
Yeah. Then it's going to be game over. You're going to just quit all of your other streaming services. I was really excited because I always have like that moment of panic when it's like Oscar time. Because half the time I can't figure it out and I end up just watching it on my computer, like on the coffee table. So I am really excited to try to utilize that for the Oscars.
Yeah, and another thing you could try to utilize for the Oscars, which I've done when the Oscars were happening and I wanted to eat dinner at the same time or cook dinner, is you get a free trial of live TV on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about those free trials, kids. Because if you don't know by now, I'm the viceroy of value. So I get the free trials. And then for like the home delivery kits like HelloFresh, I do them for the discounts and then I stop it. Because then it's like the quality of stuff and the amount of pain, it doesn't equate.
Yeah, I mean, meal kits. You could get me started on meal kits. I realize I spend the same amount of time making meal kits as I do making regular dinner.
But I like HelloFresh because I don't have to think about it. The ingredients come in it. It's like little proportions of the ingredients that I probably would never have on hand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I do that and then I cancel my thing and then they'll text me and email me to come back for $100 and something off. And then I'll get that and then I'll cancel and it's an endless cycle. So I get like, and I have to, it's 3 of us, but I have to get the amount for 4 people. So It works out. It's just like, okay, I'm paying $40 for 2-3 meals? For you to deliver to my house?
How often would you say that you get like HelloFresh like a week a month?
No. Like you get a discount. So you get a discount for like 4 or 5 weeks sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So for a chunk of time, not just like a week.
No. Yeah, no. They get you. And then they're and then they're hoping you'll forget. Yeah.
And just be like, oh shit, here comes more. They've already pre-decided what I'm eating. Here comes more HelloFresh.
Yeah. And I got to stay on top of it because even though you could set it to, where I don't eat beef for some reason, I keep complaining about it, but they don't do shit about it. We don't eat beef or pork. But every time my default settings is 1 chicken dish and 1 pork dish or beef dish. And I was like, but I don't want any of that shit. So I got to stay on top of it. And that's how I know, this is my last week with the discount.
And then that's smart. I should
cancel
try that.
And then come back in. And then I just got a thing had discounts for, they have HelloFresh, they have Easy Plate, they have this thing called Faction, and then they have Green Chef. So now they're all under the same umbrella. So they send me 4 discount codes for all of those.
Okay.
Yeah. So little hot tips.
Yeah, I like the hot tips. Just the tip.
Just the tip. Remember we used to do those episodes, just the tip.
Just the tip.
Okay, so let's talk about TV.
Yeah, let's talk about TV. What are you watching?
Okay, so since it's been a long time, we have to give respect where respect is due and acknowledge the series finale of Insecure. You never got into it, I don't think?
I watched the first season. I watched part of the second season. I liked it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, got it. My friend, most of my friends and I love it. We're bummed that it's off, and the finale was everything we wanted it to be.
Were there tears?
There were tears. There was a lot of nostalgia, and also because I lived in that neighborhood. They filmed different parts of the neighborhood before I moved out here to the desert, so it was a lot of like nostalgia. And then they did a documentary, and there was tears with that. I've rewatched the documentary and the series finale twice already. It's just like the groundbreaking things that show has done. She went from a web series straight to HBO. I mean, if you watch just watch the documentary. Just seeing how many people she put on, how many women, how many people of color, how many women of LGBTQ plus that she put on, and all the different areas, and how everyone's grown and progressed, and it's just amazing. And then Succession, the season finale of Succession. A lot of us almost gave up.
That's why I haven't watched the most recent season yet.
Do yourself a fucking favor and continue.
Well, now I'm trying to get Ranger Ted into the first season.
Okay.
I'll rewatch 1 and 2. We watched the first episode, and he's like, this was, I think, Sunday night. And he was like, yeah, I'll keep going. So he
needs about 3 more episodes to get hooked.
Yeah.
Do you think he can make it?
I think that I might be able to get him to make it. If he's not in after 3 episodes, then I'm going to be like, forget about you. Yeah. It's like the struggle is real with him, because he will watch 1 or 2 episodes of something, or worse, he'll watch like 6 episodes of something and like an 8-episode series, and then be like, yeah, no, I'm not into it. And I'm like, we are so close to finishing the series. How can you? Why now? Why
he gives
now?
you TV watching blue balls.
Yeah, and then as I have told Ritzy before, if I'm like, I'm fine, I'm gonna like take my computer and go to the room and watch it. Like 20 minutes later, he's in there and he's all, "How's it going?" And I'm like, "No, go watch it." No. So yeah. But anyhow, Secession.
Keep us posted. Let's hopefully it catches. Because I was telling Erin, my best friend, her, my best friend's sister.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you don't watch Succession? This season finale was amazing. So she started watching. And she's like, I started watching. I'm not really. I go, what episode are you on? I was like, you need about, I say the 3rd or 4th of season 1, because that's what happened to me. Because I was like, I don't want to watch this shit about these rich white motherfuckers. And then Claws In knows all about it. And I go, I think she said, because I told her how this season finale was, I think for me, I watched it twice. It's one of my top 10 for sure, if not my top 5.
Wow, like finales or episodes or all of the above?
Season finales of all time. Like, fuck, stellar. Like, what? Like, oh, like, yeah. Like, it's crazy. Like, it was the talk of the town for like minimum a week. We were just like, oh shit. And then you're just like, oh shit, the writing was on the wall. So I can't wait for you to get there. Hopefully Ranger Ted is on board and we could talk about it even more.
We're relaunching the Cove Collective Book Club in March 2022. It'll be a membership-based virtual book club for women of color, where we'll have seasonal meetups, digital book discussion guides, author Q&As, downloadable resources, and much, much more. Pay $49 per quarter every 3 months, or $149 when you pay for the year up front. Head to our website, covecollective.ca, to sign up for the waitlist.
Soon. Soon. There's one other thing. I'm not sure. I'll probably remember it midway through and I'll shout it out. There's one other thing that I'm trying to... Oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
Yellow Jackets.
I heard it's brutal, and I said I'm stressed out enough with Euphoria. I can't take any more brutal.
We watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, I am digging this. And he's like, it's lame. Yeah. So, and I told him, like, I'm hearing from people like it's like more into horror, and he's like, nah, not into that. So I need to finish watching that, and then I'm going to go into Succession.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Keep us posted.
But Insecure. Yeah. Insecure. Well done. I respect the hell out of her as like a writer and a creative person. Like, she is super badass.
Yeah, she's amazing. And so it's great. So yeah, that was amazing. I'm also, Euphoria is finally back after a 2-year hiatus.
You loved that. I've never seen it.
It's a stressful situation.
It felt so Gen Z, and I felt way too old.
No, but it's funny because the people that watch it are our age bracket, like adults. It's about teens, but it's not made for teens. Like it's made for us because these teens like music that we like. I mean, it's brutal. It's amazing and awesome. And the first episode of the season, I made the mistake because, well, I didn't make the mistake. I was just hella busy. I ended up watching it at 11:30, 12 at night. And whoa, it was crazy. And I couldn't go to sleep because I was stressed and hyped at the same time till I don't know, almost 2:00. And I was like, I have to watch it right when it comes out. So around 7, it comes out at 6, but I'm eating dinner. So around 7, sure. I got to knock it out and get it out of the way. So Euphoria's back. Do
you watch Righteous Gemstones?
Yes.
Also HBO?
Yes,
also
I do. Also back, and that is amazing. And it's super crass, and I think the sister has the most crass and best lines.
Yeah, she has really good lines. Yeah, that's we have enjoyed it, although I have a section at the end of TV that I'm saving of things that we were super into season 1, and now I'm left holding the sack for season 2 because Ranger Ted's out.
Oh man, you're gonna have to, when you have some downtime, you're just gonna have to computer it up.
Yeah, or I'm gonna have to find a club that he can join, so that he can go to a bowling league. And
because are you against? You're just trying to avoid watching on a computer? Because I watch most of my shit on the computer.
Yeah, I mean, I really only have, by the time I finish work and potentially go to the gym and then come home and eat, and we usually eat and watch television because we're ugly Americans like that. And, that's like an hour, and that's it, a day. And then it's like, all right, time to get ready for bed. So, yeah, it's a little window.
It's a little window. Got it. Okay, so we talked about those. Book of Boba.
Mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I like it a lot more than a lot of people on the onlines like it, apparently. I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But the most recent episode was with the cyborg scooter kids.
The hipsters. No.
Yeah, I was like, where did these people come? What universe did these people come from? Because these aren't Star Wars universe people.
Yeah.
Who are they?
Yeah.
That was weird.
And there was, for the first 2 episodes, I couldn't place it. And I thought I was the only one. And then I was asking friends, and they felt the same way. There's like a cheapness about it. And it's the same directors, the same crews as The Mandalorian, but it's those city scenes where, and then I was talking to, Rock about it, and he was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, I kind of see. I feel like those street scenes are like people cosplay, and they don't even act well in the cosplay costumes. And it looks cheap, like I could tell. And he's like, yeah, like if they're cosplaying their actors at Universal Studios. And I was like, yeah, it's like there's a cheapness. But then the train scenes and those things, like, those are great. So I don't know what it is. But the only thing keeping me there is what's her name? Fennec Shand Ming-Hua. Ugh. She's like 50-something, looking amazing, looking gorgeous, a badass. Hearing her story, I don't know if you've seen the past couple this episode.
Yeah, we're caught up.
It's just, how dope are you? Like, I want to dress up like you for the Hallows Eve. So many girls, look up to, like, I don't know. So that she keeps me going. But it's fun. We'll watch it. We do Boba Fett Wednesdays. We'll have pizza, and it's the rare occasion we'll bring the food over by the TV and we'll watch it as a family.
I'm doing Whole30 right now, and when you said pizza, my stomach did a little flip flop, like pizza.
Sorry.
What else? I'll tell you one of the things I like about Boba Fett, and I'll tell you one thing I like, one thing I don't like. One thing I don't like, every time he takes off his helmet, we're like, don't take off your helmet. And the thing that I like is I'm really into the whole Tusken Raider subplot.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
They're cool. They're interesting. Like, I find their whole world really interesting. We had a lengthy debate over whether or not that was their face or a mask. I won. What did you say? It's a mask. It's a mask. And Ted was like, do we ever know what they look like? And I was like, I mean, I've never seen one. So then I went down a rabbit hole, and apparently in one of the comics, this may or may not be canon. They showed what they look like. They have kind of a feline face.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like, I don't know. It might have been like a one-off. Somebody like was off the rails at some point, and they were like, yeah, here's a Tusken warrior with their mask on. And then they were like, no, that's not what they look like. I don't know. But I'm kind of intrigued by the Tuskens and their culture and all that sort of stuff. And I wish that he wouldn't take his helmet off. The end.
It doesn't bother me, but I know it bothers like when I listen to Fat Man Beyond, like Kevin Smith, like it bothers him. He's like,
it doesn't bother him.
Yeah, it totally bothers him. But then they were talking about like, well, he is not, he's like, everyone was yelling at him in the chat. It's like, he's not of the Mandalorian faith, so he doesn't care, and da-da-da-da. And then you see the backstory with the Tuskens and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And the things he says, you're like, okay. But I love how that story is the story as old as time. The indigenous people getting fucked.
Yeah, the indigenous people getting fucked. And I really hope that, like, over the course of the season and the show, that he strikes some blows. And I could tell that, like, Tusken Raider King Chief, whatever, he was killed. But I couldn't tell if his, like, friend that he fought with and trained with was one of the dead bodies.
I think so. Or maybe he's the one who got away. So the little kid was killed, and then the head of it was killed. But maybe homegirl with the dreads that was like the dopest one, the one that was training him, maybe got away.
That's my hope.
That would be awesome.
And that they show up.
Join forces. Yes.
And they kill the fish people.
Yeah, and it will be Boba, that warrior person, Cranston, what is that? The black the
Black
rogue Ewok. Yeah, the black Ewok. Cranston, I forget how to say his name. And then our girl, and just like
and the Rancor.
Oh, and the Rancor. Who knew? Did you know? I don't know because I didn't read the books.
The whole time we were watching that, we were like, he is one stupid motherfucker. Get the fuck away from that thing. Do not trust Danny Trejo. And
then who knew? They were like doggies.
Yeah. Yeah, who knew? Misunderstood, man.
Loyal as hell. They're like pit bulls. They're like the pit bulls of Star Wars.
Of Star Wars, yeah.
Okay, what else? What are you watching? Or are you into?
The thing that we watched that we loved so much, so very much is The Great.
You always love that. I still have to watch that.
The new season came out, I think, in December or end of November, and we inhaled that because it's just magical and so good. Oh. And the first couple of episodes, Ranger Ted was like, nah, I think it jumped the shark. I was like, it did not. And we stuck with it, and it was great. Like, costumes, dialogue, characters, actors. I mean, it's all just, it's so yummy. It's like, it's great. The other thing that I've been watching, this has been my sort of like background if I'm cooking. Like I said, I'm doing Whole30, which is like, I do it every January, and it's like super quote unquote clean eating, no dairy, no legumes, no grains, no sugar, no alcohol, no fun, no nothing. And so like Sunday is like massive meal prep day. I'm talking like 3 or 4 hours in the kitchen.
Shit.
I know, it sucks. Which, if it was just me, it'd be fine. But I need to make like lunches for other people and breakfast for other people. Because I don't have time. I don't eat breakfast. And I don't have time to make breakfast for people in the morning because I start work at the crack of dawn. So I'll have this on and I'll be watching it. And that is The Last Kingdom with Uhtred, son of Uhtred. And it's basically like Vikings came on and did pretty well. And then everyone's like, shit, I could do a Viking story pretty cheap. And then there was like Barbarians and The Last Kingdom and all of these other ones. The Last Kingdom is fun. It's like a soap opera that takes place, 1,000 years ago. And it's about the Vikings or the Danes, and they're invading what is now England, and but back then it's like all the little different fiefdoms. And Uhtred, son of Uhtred, is the lead guy, and he's hunky and easy on the eyes. Oh, and there's some. He
is hunky. I'm just looked it up.
Yeah, he is. He's a tall drink of water. And it's fun. It's super loads of swashbuckling. So much swashbuckling. There's almost no room for plot. And some fucking and some sword play. It's just great.
Great.
So
he is fine. I see him in the garb, and then I see him outside just in regular life. He's gorgeous.
What's hotter?
I don't fucking know. The dirty or the clean? Both?
Yeah. Okay, now I'm looking him up. Yeah, pretty cute in costume. Yeah.
With the goatee, the picture that I'm seing with him out is like
I see.
The goatee. What the fuck?
I have to say, I'm not the hugest fan of hair farming as an adult, but in his hair farmer, like flowing locks phase, it's pretty hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good time and a fun watch. So I've been working my way through that. It's a pretty mentally easy lift.
Yeah.
And then we get to some of the things we've been watching, which Ranger Ted believes are not as good in the second season. And the first of those is Beforeigners. You may recall that Beforeigners was like our favorite thing during the pandemic. And it takes place in Oslo and in the near future. And there is like basically a time wormhole, and people from like sort of Neanderthals or like very early humans and people from the Edwardian period and people from the Viking period just start showing up in the city. And so it's kind of like time travel, and it's like, a real immigration allegory, and people hate them and they're trying to fit into society. It's this like really unusual and unique Scandinavian production. Love the lead woman on it, who is a Viking shield maiden. And we really enjoyed season 1, enjoyed the heck out of it. And season 2 is not as good, but it's still enjoyable. I am enjoying it still. Well, so we've been watching.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, we've been watching Beforeigners. I started watching. Have you seen Catastrophe?
Yeah, I did when it first came out, which was mad years ago, and I loved it at the time. But since time has passed, I just thought of it the other day because I saw a thing for it on Amazon. And I was like, it's not that great.
The first season, really good. The second season, yeah, maybe not so much. Narcos Mexico, I contend that it is still good, but Ted is tired of it.
It's still fucking good. He is tripping on that one. I can attest to that.
Yeah. So I that's one of the things that I like to watch when he's not around, but I have to watch it and pay attention because of the subtitles.
Oh,
so it's not something I can, while I'm cooking, they're not speaking English. So at least not all the time. So I need to watch with my eyes as well.
Yeah.
So there's Narcos, and then Righteous Gemstones. Already mentioned that one. Ted doesn't think that the second season is as good as the first season.
Oh, it's super good. Always good.
I think it's good. I don't know. He's a real tough critic. So yeah, I would say that those are the things that we've been watching. We've also been watching some movies on the television.
What we got?
We watched a documentary, which I strongly recommend to people, even though you're going to say, big yawn, no way, this sounds awful. And that is Jimmy Carter, Rock and Roll President. It's all about Jimmy Carter's rise to the presidency and how he was and remains incredibly good friends with like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, the Allman Brothers, like all of these different bands. And it's like it cuts between him and like lots of different musicians from the 70s talking about like smoking pot in the White House and like how he was and it's it's a bit about Jimmy Carter, and watching it you were really struck by what a like deeply kind person he appears to be and how he really genuinely cared. And he's like my favorite kind of religious person he's all about like sort of God's love and not judging and just like showing and like showing people such kindness and like how all of the people in rock and roll were like, yeah, okay, I'll meet Jimmy Carter. And then they were like, 3 hours and a bottle of tequila later, Jimmy Carter was my best friend. We did a bunch of benefits for his campaign. And it's so interesting. And there's lots of great like live footage. Jimmy Buffett, like way back in the day. So it's really kind of, it's really super entertaining. I highly recommend it if you like that era of music or politics at all. It's just really, really fascinating. We didn't watch the last 20 minutes of it because that's when it started going into like, then it's like him running against Reagan and the Pan Am crash. And Ted was like, and we were going the next day, I was like, do you want to finish watching it? And Ted's like, no, I know what happens in the last 20 minutes and I don't like any of it.
Wow.
So we didn't watch the last 20 minutes. So, you have my
what is it on?
I think HBO.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. It sounds like something I'd totally be into.
Yeah, super good. We've been watching some noir movies, none of which I really loved.
Okay.
But we watched a lot of those over the holidays. We rented Benedetta. It's what's his name? Paul Vanderhoven, the guy who did Showgirls.
Oh yeah.
But also, would you like to know more? What is that one with the bugs in space? And Denise Richards and Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh yeah, forgot. I could see it, kind of. Sort of.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now, so I'll be able to mention it in a moment. And Benedetta is about a nun in like maybe the 1500s, and she had visions and was accused of witchcraft and all that, and so it's like. This man swings for the fences and goes like over the top super hard. And there is like this is no different. There's like lesbian affairs. There is sex with religious items. There is Jesus. There is like stigmata. There is so much going on in this movie. Woo! It was enjoyable, but I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it. Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he had a run in like the 80s that was RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, and then Showgirls and Starship Troopers. So, yeah, he's a busy man. So we watched that. Meh. We're going to start trying to knock out some of the Oscar nominated stuff. And I did brave going to the movie theater over the holiday break because I had a week off, and I picked a showtime in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, in hopes that there wouldn't be that many people in the theater, and there were not.
Nice.
And I saw Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, it was great. I almost don't want to talk about it because I knew nothing. I knew next to nothing going in. And so there were cameos from people, or different actors showed up, and I was like, what? And I was so excited. But it was super fun. Great cast. Love that Tom Holland. He's adorable.
Yeah, he's the best.
It was like a strong support from Doctor Strange. So it was really enjoyable, and I liked it a lot. Those are my movies.
I can't wait to see it. We had planned to go to the theater, around this time. We wanted to wait for the kids to go back to school and people go back home. And now I don't feel it's worth it to risk it with the numbers. But I'm sad because I want to see it. And all my friends are like, they're still holding on, trying not to spoil it for me. And I've been pretty lucky. I kind of know some spoilers, but I've been pretty lucky. Some things I know I have to avoid. And then a lot of my friends said that I'm going to cry. Did you cry?
No.
They're like, it's going to be like happy tears. And
I might have gotten I might have teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely poignant.
Okay, poignant. Okay.
I don't know how many more of these Tom Holland is going to do.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
But he's great. He's the only reason why, before I could give a fuck about Spider-Man, before him with the other actors, I wasn't in the right space. But Tom Holland, man, he's the one. He's the one. Movies, I don't know. I couldn't think of any. I've seen a couple. I saw the it's not where I would mention that I've seen it. The Last Daughter.
Oh, what'd you think?
Maggie, first and foremost, when Olivia's character, when they say, "Oh, how old are you?" and she's like, "I'm 47 or 48," and they're like, "Oh, you look good," and I was like, well, they're casting her kind of young. They're trying to say that she's young. And then I looked her up. She's only 47. I'm older. And I was like, but she played the queen. Like, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's bad with being old. But I thought, because the character she plays, usually, and then it bummed me out. I was like, I'm older than her. Do I look older than her?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at pictures.
She's 1974. She's born in 1974. Same year.
She sometimes looks really young, but I feel like she can also look really dowdy.
But not in The Last Daughter. She didn't look young.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, man. I don't know. It was like we had discussions about that movie, and we're just like, I kind of could understand some of that shit, and I don't know. What did you think?
I haven't seen it because
Ted.
Yeah. No, I've heard from some other friends that they wish they could get that time in their life back.
It wasn't that bad for me. I think it's interesting. I think I think maybe, I don't know if they are moms but as a mom, there was a lot that I could relate to, and I was like, ooh, I could see that.
Okay.
You know? But it's stressful. It's kind of stressful. Like my friends and I were like, "Were you stressed?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was stressed. I felt like something was going to happen at any moment, but nothing really was happening. I don't know. It's interesting. I just wanted to support her. Anything she's in, I'm down." Right.
Yeah.
And then it's Maggie Gyllenhaal's like directorial debut. Her husband's in it. And, so it was just, I don't know. I wanted to see. I don't know if anyone's watched it. Hit us an email.
Should I watch it or should I watch it or
no,
skip?
because you have a list of things, a slew of things to catch up on. Because I want you to catch up on Succession.
Okay. I just thought of something else that we watched.
Okay.
Don't look up.
Oh, yeah. What'd you guys think? That was fun.
I liked the first half of it a lot, and then I thought it kind of like petered out. But the first half of it was awesome. So funny. I loved Cate Blanchett. Man, she can do no wrong in my book.
Yeah. And she's
so great.
Bitchy and cold like nobody's business.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really enjoyable. We also watched at the urging of a mutual friend of ours, one of the postcard bitches. Oh. We watched Nobody with Better Call Saul.
I don't know anything about that.
What's his name?
Cranston?
It's no the other one.
Better Call Saul, the other dude. I don't know his name.
Why am I not remembering that? This is so embarrassing. Better Call Saul. I'm looking it up. Oh, Jesus. Bob Odenkirk. Oh, my God.
Odenkirk.
Sorry. Sorry, Bob. And everybody else who's listening to this, like, you fucking moron. We watched that. That was kind of enjoyable and pulpy.
Oh, nice.
It was a diversion. Yeah. I haven't seen anything that's really blown my skirt up. On the movie front, Spider-Man was really enjoyable, but nothing that I've like walked away from and been like, damn.
I forgot. We just saw Encanto. You have to watch that if you haven't seen it. Oh,
really?
That.
Okay.
Yeah. So, everyone's talking about it. It's all about my timeline. And it's all adults. People that are our age or older talking about it. They're like, I can't stop thinking about this and this little thing and da-da-da-da. And then my sister-in-law, shout out to Yamara Taylor. We had her as a guest, but that episode never aired. She's a writer, TV writer, extraordinaire. And so she texted me last week. She's like, you remind me of Maribel from Encanto. I go, is that a diss? And she's like, no spoilers, but I don't think so. And so I started asking my friends that I've known seen it. I was like, is that a diss? And they're like, oh, no. They're like, I'm not going to say anything, but you have to watch it. And I was like, okay. And now we watched it as a family. And it is super cute. I don't know. People are talking about, like, people in the industry are talking about they've seen it like 6 times. I don't ever have to watch it again. Yeah. But it is super cute. And I texted my sister and I was like, we just finished Encanto. And I just want to say Encanto. And I just want to say, thank you. I am honored that you say that I remind you of Maribel. And not just by looks, like her story and stuff. And I was like, I am honored. So I suggest you and Ted watch it. I think you will enjoy it.
Okay.
And the songs are catchy. And we don't talk about Bruno, just as of today, I believe, has surpassed Let It Go.
Oh, I've heard that is that's a big song.
Yeah. So that's one I just saw. So yeah, put that on the list, kids. That's a good one. That's a real good feel good.
Okay. I like a real good feel good. The other thing that I've been doing, and I'd like to declare my intent here, is I don't know if anyone here is big on Goodreads. I am heavy into Goodreads. It's a website for people to track the books that they're reading. And every year they have a challenge, how many books, like you set a goal of how many books you want to read in the year. I, the past couple of years have, really not stretched myself too hard, and I have set the bar low and I have barely achieved it. So, I am saying that I'm going to read 15 books this year, 15 whole books.
You can do it.
Thank you. And I'm almost done with the first one, which is called The House in the Cerulean Sky by TJ Cloon. It is a LGBTQ plus style, very inclusive story about an orphanage in which the Antichrist lives, and what the fate of the orphanage is going to be.
Wow, that sounds
How
interesting.
about that? How about that?
So you're almost done. And so far, would you recommend it?
I would recommend it to some people who like some things. It's not my favorite, but another friend of ours, Amy, Amy read, her goal was to read 52 books last year, and she read 70 some.
Shit.
And she posted a list of her top 10, and it was in her top 10. So she loved it. And I like it. It's really cute. It's very sweet. It's kind of a love story, but it's really just about like loving and accepting other people and, all that. So, it's fine. It's good. And so my hope is that every time, once a month that we get together, I will be able to talk about the book that I am reading, especially if it's something that I like a lot.
So book 1 almost done.
Book 1 almost done.
I am reading right now Fiona and Kate.
Okay.
Fiona and Kate. And I have to bring up the author. It's Lilian Rivera, our good friend.
Yeah.
It's her good friend and she's also a very talented writer. And I didn't write it down. Sorry. It's really good.
Okay.
I can't think of her name right now, and I can't find her right now.
What's it about?
It's about two friends. If you read Lillian's book, the latest one based in LA, it takes you all over, and you're just like, oh, I know those streets. And this one takes me all over, kind of more the South Bay area, Long Beach and Seal Beach and those areas. And it's fiction. Two friends, both are Asian, and their friendship and family secrets. And it's good so far. I like it a lot. And I'll have a link to it because I can't find it for shit right now. But yeah, that's been really good. So we'll see.
The next book that I am reading is called Lore Olympus, Volume 1. It's a graphic novel. And because that's how I'm going to get to 12. Don't judge me. And a book is a book. A book is a book. And it's about the Olympic gods. And it treats it as sort of like a Gossip Girl type thing. So the description here says, scandalous gossip, wild parties, and forbidden love. Witness what the gods do after dark in the stylish and contemporary reimagining of one of the best known stories in Greek mythology. And it was named one of the best books of the year by NPR. It says, what Scott Pilgrim did for Canadian slackers, Lore Olympics does for the Greek pantheon, while being so beautiful that Aphrodite is just staring daggers in its direction.
That sounds like fun. I can't wait for you to read that.
Yeah.
And real quick, correction. It's not Fiona and Kate. It's Fiona and Jane. And it's by Jean Chen Ho.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll put links to that and these books on our website, thenerdout.com. So if anybody wants to go check them out or anything like that, or if anyone has ideas on what we should be reading next, tell us.
Yeah. And this book was like most anticipated. Time, Vogue, USA Today, Oprah Daily. It's NPR's All Things Considered says Fiona and Jane captures the textures of female friendship and all the intensity, loyalty, and occasional torment of it.
Wow. Okay. Sounds good.
They're up in K-Town so far. It's like good times. I think she's around our age bracket maybe too. So she's taught when it's not a biography, but it's, kind of based off of those timelines. So it's a lot of things that, we could relate to. So yeah, I'll let you know next month. We'll make sure we always have a book section because we got to keep abreast of where you're at with your 15 books. And then I can tell you how this turns out.
Perfect. Cannot wait to talk at all of you lovely people who are listening. Thank you for listening.
To the news and to the olds. We're back. And we're on 2 different places now. So enjoy. All right.
Peace out,
what do
nerds.
peace out. I was like, what do I usually say? Peace out, nerds.
If you like all things spooky, then check out A Spooky Tales, hosted by us, Christina
and MJ, where we talk about all things spooky, like paranormal stories, haunted places, myths, and legends,
with a focus on Latin America.
There are new episodes every Friday.
Listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts, as well as spookytales.com. Stay spooky.